In Jamaica, children are also engaged in child labor in street work and in the worst forms of child labor in commercial sexual exploitation and prostitution, especially in the Caribbean, where most part of the child victims are girls. There's no law prohibiting the procuring or offering of a child for illicit activities, including drug trafficking and production.
While the situation in Argentina is more positive than many other Latin American countries, there's still a lot to be done to solve the issues in these countries. Historically, child labor in Argentina has been based in the agricultural sector, which involves the working of land for crops. This work often fits criteria that makes it one of the worst forms of child labor, placing children at risk from hazards such as pesticides and dangerous machinery. The U.S. Department of Labor's most recent annual finding on the worst forms of child labor was published in 2012 and details the state of the situation in Argentina. This report stated that the government of Argentina isn't getting involved in the solving of problems such as child trafficking for child exploitation. Argentina is considered one of the countries that is most involved in the international drug trafficking. Because kids are very mentally influenceable, they are convinced to join drug gangs where they face dangerous situations, and some of those kids as young as 10 years old have committed homicide.
Child labor in Guatemala. Families who work in quarrying and coffee production in Guatemala are most of them poor. In villages like Pomarrosal and Brillantes, who have primary schools, there is a shortage of learning materials and teachers, so there is a poor education quality. As a result, hundreds of kids, especially teenagers, are sent by their parents to work in quarrying or coffee production for earning some money. Obviously, their working conditions are not good. Most adults work six days a week, from 7 or 8 in the morning until 3 or 5 in the afternoon. Children usually work the same hours, but in the weekends and holidays, because during the labor days they are helping at home or going to school. In general, there are more boys than girls working. They do the same activities that adults perform. There are so many bad consequences. Children are losing their childhood and they are also suffering health problems. Child labor in Peru. The same happened in Peru, where children are obligated to work in mines, processing gold, and other dangerous works related with mining. There are some parents who take their children to work because they can leave them alone at home. There is very poor security in those villages in Peru. Adolescents usually work to help their families and to earn some money, but their situation is still very poor and they are not receiving any education. Children living in urban areas like Lima, they usually work in waste collections at markets. Some of the consequences are health problems and bad hygiene.
Created using Powtoon.